Hi everyone, thanks for joining Meg's Efficiency Edge. In today's episode, we're going to talk about what to do with your brain dump after you've kind of gotten that list compiled. Usually when I meet with clients, I have a business strategy intake form. I get business name, the type of industry that they're working in, essentially key products and services, and the primary target audience. Those are high-level items that I tend to grab when I am starting with that brain dump conversation. This kind of helps me understand a business's key objectives and who their target audiences are as we're kind of diving into their brain dump items. I can kind of start to understand where some of their pain points might lay. So let's go ahead and dig in. So the first question, let's put the brain dump aside for a second. So the first question I would ask is, what are your main responsibilities as the business owner or team's key roles? Essentially, if you're a solo entrepreneur, what does your day-to-day look like? And this is where you can start pulling from that brain dump you did. How does your typical day look like? Do you do social media posts on Monday? Do you do a bulk where you bulk record everything? What are your primary elements for your business? For example, in my business, I'm responsible for everything. I'm responsible for reaching out to clients. I'm responsible for social media. I'm responsible for the content creation. In addition to, everything that I manage within my business and what I would need to do for client work. That is a lot of items, and without having a system in place, everything would get way over capacity for me. So I have a specified number of clients that I work with. I have goals of specific media that I want to work on, and then also how many clients that I want, or how many individuals I want to network with each week, and then other platforms that I reach out to. So there's a lot of things that for myself, I have to keep myself organized. I need to have specific systems in place. Without those systems in place, a lot of miscommunication can happen. Timelines can be missed. So it's really important that I understand as a business owner, what are my key responsibilities? Are they adding value to my business? And then on top of that, when it comes to me working with clients, how am I communicating with them? How are they receiving updates? What does that interaction look like? If I'm creating a system for them, is it going to be flexible enough for them? So all of this is got to kind of have some type of system in place, and not every system is going to look the same. I think if you're in the technical industry, you might hear of Waterfall and Agile, depending on the type of teams that I've worked with. I've worked with both, where those systems have been put into place, and it just really depends on what the client is trying to achieve, and if it's manageable and if it's flexible enough. So we've covered quite a bit of what would come out of that brain dump. There are a few more questions that I want to go over, but let's go over those next week. I think what we've outlined so far kind of gives a general idea of what working questions you would use to help identify what is working, what's not, what systems you have in place, what social media platforms you're using, and essentially start organizing those. In my next video, I'm going to kind of go over the last remaining questions, and then also start digging into what type of system specifically for your business I would put in place at a high level, at least getting started.